See now John Marino's performance so far in the first 3 games of the season.
He's been solid. I think that's kind of his MO is that he's dependable. He's a good puck mover. He's a good skater. It's a great addition to our back end to have more depth with a guy like that, and he's a good player.
You've been paired with him a couple times. What have you seen with your working relationship with him?
Yeah, it's. I think we work well together because we're both very simple players. He's a good puck mover, like I said, so that's always nice. We're both pretty simple, so we're kind of always there for an option for each other and things like that. So it's been nice. We're us lefties on the team are lucky. We've got a wealth of righties down that side.
You've talked about earlier wanting to have this penalty kill be something you're really proud of, and the team is in the top 10 right now to start the season. How much confidence does that give the systems in place?
Yeah, it's huge. The special teams are huge in the course of the season. It can make a difference in a lot of games. So it's something that we're going to keep working at and something that's very important for us.
What do you think has been the biggest improvement from last year?
I don't know. I don't know if it's one thing in particular. We're just kind of all buying in, and we're trying to work through a little bit different of a system with new staff here. So far, so good. Goalies are a big part of it, but it's definitely going to be something that's important for us throughout the season.
And what did you guys work on practice today just after that win heading into a game against the Islanders?
A little bit of transition 3-on-2, things like that. We're always trying to better our D zone, just shore up some details and things like that can make the difference in a game.
John, in your first couple of games here, you're one of the most used defensemen when you're on the ice. What are you doing that allows you to be such a stabilizing presence for this D-corps?
Just trying to be, in the right position, support your teammates and be in the right spot. Kind of try to be on the defensive side of the puck at all times, and just kind of limit the, the chances that they get.
How would you describe your game?
Try to be like a shutdown guy, and contribute a little bit, offensively as well. But definitely be defensively sound on the back end.
You and Siegenthaler are the 2 most used defensemen on the penalty kill right now. What have you seen out of yourself and him on that shorthanded situation?
Yeah, I think we've been working together. The forwards have been huge for us too, whether it's been to the win draws, kind of win those battles along the wall. But, everyone on the penalty kill so far has done a great job.
The penalty kill is in the top 10 in the NHL right now. How much confidence does that give this team that it's off to a good start?
Yeah, for sure. That's huge. I mean, if you're able to kill that, you get momentum and everything. And, obviously the goalie's been great for us in the penalty kill and, bailed us out a couple of times too. But, that's what it takes to have a great penalty kill.
There's still so much more that you're obviously going to want to prove. You're only 3 games in. What else do you want to continue to develop over this season?
Just kind of find that consistency, within our game. Build off that win. We were looking for that first win and hopefully build off that and, be able to just keep it going.
What about for you personally?
Just be able to, same thing, build up every single game, team chemistry-wise, the guys that you play with, obviously new team, new system, everything. But I think everyone can see, each game, everyone gets a little more and more comfortable playing together.
Well, what's the biggest difference for you in the role that you're playing here versus, coming up through that Pittsburgh system?
I think it's pretty similar. Being able to play, penalty kill, those kind of minutes, and be put out in situations, if we need to defend a lead or something like that. And I think it's pretty similar, and, that's helped with the transition.
The strengths of this team right now is the penalty kill. What are you seeing working so well that has it in the top 10 in the league?
I think the connectivity, between our forwards and our D, a little bit different than last year. Some ways I think we've been a little bit fortunate. We've given up some good chances. We've got some good saves. We're using different personnel, so we're trying to work on a lot of different things. And right now it's been good. We know it can be better though.
What has John Marino brought to that penalty kill?
I think reads. When you look at the quickness to get the plays, pressure, make sure he's getting under sticks, not letting second opportunities.
And what have you seen out of his overall game so far in those first 3 games where he's one of the most used defensemen?
Oh, good. I think very reliable defensively. He's been able to get up in the play, be that fourth guy, be that extra breakout man when we're leaving the zone. So we're encouraging all D to, try to help us get out of the zone. And he's been a guy that has been able to get in position a lot of times to help us get up ice.
Jonas sporting that shield today. Is he okay, and is he expected to miss any time? Or
no, he's okay. extra protection after getting hit there last night.
Will he wear it tomorrow? That's sort of the plan.
So, yeah.
What were some of the biggest things that you worked on in practice today to build off of that win heading into the Islanders game?
Well, again, we're working hard on breakouts, getting out of our zone. I think it's kind of been a staple at our practice. Getting pucks off the wall, getting the support when we have a puck that's stayed on the paint. And then part of that is a quick transition. I mean, if you looked at last night's game, once they got it out, we were back on the attack right away. And I think if you can keep a team in their own end long enough and don't give them a chance to change, we saw some real good things happen.
Remember at the end of last year, you talked about, some of the voices coming into their own, whether it's Nico on the bench, asking accountability from his teammates. Are you seeing more of that from everybody this year when it comes to being behind the bench?
Well, I think there's been raised communication on ice. We tend to be a little quiet a team when you're on the ice. I think, letting your partner know you can be an out, when he's got his back turned, letting him know what the next play is. And I think, getting back to the bench, just to some of the bantering between forwards and D, if you're open and you don't get a puck or why you didn't get it, that communication has been better.
Jonas used the same term or similar to what he used about connected. He said the team was connected last night. He did this in the second intermission when he did an interview with us. There's a value there, obviously, but what is the value with that connectivity, that connectedness?
Well, it takes away the other team's room and space. And when you're not connected, you'll see too big a gap between forwards and D. You might see too big a gap between our first forward in and our second two forwards getting in. But when our first is connected to the other two forwards and those two D are connected to them, usually the gap is good in the neutral zone. And I thought, we didn't give up much ice going through the neutral zone, which allowed us to have some takeaways and go right back at them.
And you emphasized having to get inside last night. A lot of guys in front. Woody was setting screen in front of the goalie. Halla was. I mean, there seemed to be a concerted effort to get there.
Yeah, did a lot better job. I thought first couple of games when you only score a couple, too much perimeter and not enough, hard play in the inside. And I thought the hard play in the inside. You even saw at times, you saw Jesper Bratt there. You saw different guys. You saw guys, the closest guy getting to the front of the net to making it tough on the goaltender to find pucks.
Just curious your evaluation of how Jack is doing, seeing as he hasn't scored yet. Does he get in his own way with frustration? Is there something there that you have to, rely on there with him?
Well, I think he leads our team in primary chances. Yeah. Finding the back of the net, just stay away from frustration, but play the game the right way. I think sometimes when a player gets frustrated, you start to cheat the game a little bit, sometimes get on the wrong side of the puck. Just stay with it. Good players can go 3, 4, 5 games without scoring, and then all of a sudden you might score 10 in 5 games.